And what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Divinity, Original Sin. Real quick, may I say that the music is beautiful. I'm really digging the music. Alright, so in the last episode, as you guys saw, I kind of made a mistake by digging in a grave. Literally blew up in my face and killed my ass. So that was the end of that. Yeah. So I had to backtrack and do from the load point and had to do a whole bunch of stuff over again. In the process of doing it, I spoke to the two guys that were arguing over whether or not to kill that female orc, but I spoke to them as Scarlet, and she ended up, since she was like, hey, like, let him live. Well, that's exactly what Bannon was saying. So it ended up being, yeah, like, let her live. Like, don't kill them. So they agreed, and then they ended up not killing the orc. So I don't know how that's going to turn out. But then, as I'm feeling good about that, what should happen? But I stumble across a man who is trying to get a fish from a merchant. He's trying to steal a fish, and I didn't want to let him steal a fish, so I said, no, the merchant needs to make a living as well. And then, of course, I'm talking to him as Bannon, and Scarlet she says, like, oh, what's one little fish gonna hurt? So then I had to do the rock, paper, and scissors thing. She wins and ends up like, okay, fine, that's fine, like, go ahead and steal the fish. So he steals the fish, immediately gets caught by one of the local police or guards or whatever. And then they question us, like, what did you guys see? Like, you there, like, what did you see? And I'm like, okay, we made him steal the fish, let's defend him. So I say, like, no, he's telling the truth, he already paid for the fish. And then what happens? Scarlet argues with me again, and she tells me, like, hey, he stole that fish. If he stole that fish, then he ought to be in trouble for it. It's like, you're the one who convinced me to let him steal it, and now you're saying to turn him in. Like, she's evil. She's fucked up. So I had to do another rock, paper, scissors argument with her, which she also won. So then, we're like, okay, fine. And then the guards took the guy away. And now the merchant is mad at me because they're like, you guys are supposed to be here to help us. And instead you're setting people up to be arrested. So, oh yeah, this is just... The minute I thought I was doing all right for saving the orc female, and now that happens to me. Alright, so, checking the map, what is this here? This is the crime scene. So I can't get in there yet. And I think he also said that I shouldn't go in there unless I speak to the captain of the guard first. So basically, yeah, I've just been wandering around the market and taking things that I can get my hands on and talking to chickens. So,
tomatoes.
Very good. So yeah, so this is the one who was all mad at me. She doesn't like me very much.
You hypocrites and traitors! I thought Sarsunchers were supposed to help the people, not lure them into crime and punishment.
Yeah, that's not good. Hello.
Sorry, but I haven't the time for chatter. These days, a moment's inattention is all a thief needs to snatch my livelihood out from under me. You're a strange guppy, telling that man to snatch my stock and then turning him in. I'm glad to have my wares back, but I would have preferred for him not to have taken it at all.
See, now everyone doesn't like me.
Sorry, but I haven't the time for chatter.
Right.
These days, a moment's inattention is all a thief needs.
Yeah.
What are ye staring at?
It's Captain Jack. Tell me about yourself, Captain Jack.
Captain Jack's the name, though the title may be a little generous at the moment. My crew ran off, and I can't find enough hearty souls to help me reload the ship and sail off.
Ah.
Those scallywags heard there be silver in the Lacula mines, and they abandoned ship like the lily-livered turkeys they are. Haven't seen them since the day we docked.
Well, if you guys remember, we ran into those guys whose ship had sunk, and they're looking for work. Well, here we go.
Some poor chaps lost their ship and want some work. Just send them to me, and tell them there's a bit of coin and a lot of rum coming their way if they don't mind a bit of honest labor.
Right. Yay! Alright, log updated. The shipless sailors. We asked Captain Jack to hire them, and he agreed! Yay.
About time the council took notice of us. You here for the bone rattlers or the club wavers?
I don't even know what the hell that means. So the answer is boo. Alright. Celia the Enchantress.
Ah, gracious patron, I see your tired eyes looking a bit teary. I've just the potion for that. Or would you prefer a toasty fire spell to dry those vapors?
Okay, I'll take my leave. Give me 1 second, guys. I gotta answer a message real fast.
Toe of snake, wing of worm, brew and spice 'em, stir and churn.
Let's see. Halibut, sheep's cheese, tomatoes.
Okay. Actions? Like what actions? Oh. Alright. So... I guess I can just open that door. The House of Healing. Hello.
But if one were to reduce the quantity of skull dust by a percentage of 2, perhaps the stability could be increased by as much as 3-fold.
Oh, a source hunter. Imagine that. Quite a bit more petite than the last of your kind I encountered, aren't you? Yes, by nearly 20 centimeters of tibia, as my memory serves.
Are you saying I'm short?
No matter. Even if it couldn't spare its heartiest specimen, I'm sure the Order sent the individual with the next highest probability of success. Yeah?
Okay. Tell me about yourself.
Me? Why, I'm more than a little surprised you haven't heard of me. Perhaps I can jog your memory. It was I who cured the Duchess of Arata of her unslakable thirst. A simple pinch of Atropa belladonna in her morning tea.
Okay.
I who discovered that aging itself can be halted by a single application of Cicuta Douglasii on the tongue.
Uh-huh.
Not to mention that it's been my guidance that has permitted my apprentice Evelyn to make quite a name for herself around Sicile of late.
Okay, so your apprentice has enjoyed success?
Yes. If that's how we're referring to the secretive use of a revolutionary healing method she refuses to share with her own master.
Okay.
She's in the other room as we speak. Perhaps you can prevail upon her to offer a demonstration.
Sounds good. So, about this revolutionary healing method, can you elaborate?
She's gotten hold of a stone, supposedly capable of fantastic feats of healing, but she won't let me take the briefest look at it. But she claims to have gotten the relic from a little northern town, Silverglen by name, and that an abbot there blessed it with the power to heal. Utter rubbish, I say. But with these blasted undead haunting the travel routes, I can hardly march up to Silverglen to learn the truth myself.
Yeah. So let's talk about Evelyn.
Well, she certainly possesses a critical eye and an exacting manner when it comes to making difficult medical decisions. I expect she'll be a very successful healer in her own right when the time comes. She is learning from the best, after all.
So, enough of that. Got work for a trio of sailors?
Sorry, but there isn't much work for sailors in a house of medicine. Unless one of them happens to have a secret stash of healing stones.
I only asked because it's not that I think there's any other option that works best for them. Just wanted to see what that person would say. What Delrion would say. So, let me ask about the affairs around Sicily.
Certainly. What would you like to know?
You know anything about Jake's murder?
The counselor. Terrible loss, that. Though we were hardly more than acquaintances, I knew him to be a devoted civil servant. From what I can tell, it seems to be a simple case of jealousy turned violent. The affairs of his wife, Esmeralda, were hardly a secret, you know.
Alright, so what can you tell me about all the zombies?
I've applied myself to that problem for 2 years and still haven't come a step closer to solving it. I declare it an act of the Almighty's, if I believed in such things. Some events, Source Hunter, can be neither controlled nor understood by mere men.
Agreed. Bye.
A mysterious healing stone. Interesting indeed.
Nothing sets me on edge like inexplicable magic.
So, which of you is more deserving of life? Come, make your case.
What the hell is going on over here?
Excuse me? This is a private sick room. Who in the name of the Sevens do you think you are barging in here? Out, I say, right this instant.
So as she's yelling at me to get out, I'm just going, hey, tell me about yourself.
I'm sorry. It's this task. I'm just... Who am I to meddle with life and death this way?
You got magic healing stones, don't you?
I'm an apprentice of the healing arts. Healing. But this decision feels like precisely the opposite. I have but one healing stone, you see, and 2 direly wounded men who need it.
Oh, God, we're going to have to decide who lives and dies, and whoever I choose, Scarlett's going to argue with me about it.
I've been racking my brain trying to decide on the best method to settle this grave situation, but perhaps it's better off in the hands of an esteemed source hunter. Surely you are more accustomed to weighing life and death than I.
Alright, here we go. Tell me about your patients.
What would you like to know?
Tell me about Boris.
One of the brave few willing to traverse the trade routes plagued by the undead. A young man, but excellent in matters of business, before he fell victim to an orcish club in the north, that is. Thankfully for him, a cattle trader found him, nearly dead, but not quite so, and brought him here straight away.
Okay, tell me about Stephen.
Quite the venerable staple of Sicile, Stephen, and recently blessed with his 3rd grandchild. He was leading a crew of builders when a stray beam struck him in the temple, and only a few days shy of his last day of work before retirement, no less. Nearly everyone in Sicile is familiar with Grinning Stephen, and, as you can imagine, he's quite dear to his family.
First off, about your healing stone.
Yes, a curious relic indeed. I got it from a kindly abbot, Loic by name, in the northern town of Silverglen. He is of a certain faith, the Immaculates, they call themselves, that espouses the belief that certain stones can heal wounded flesh. I myself was nothing if not skeptical of his claims, but something happened as he handed me the stone. A small cut on my finger instantly healed, leaving no trace of the wound. Needless to say, I was astounded. But it's strange. The stone is only good for a single use at a time before it reverts to a useless, inert state. It takes time to regain its magical properties, and I guard it cautiously.
Okay, time to make a decision. Now, I'll say this right now, like, I figure the old man, since he's already, you know, he's got his third grandchild popping around, like, he's had a nice life. You know, he's been around a bit. So, he should go. He should die. Die. Now, obviously, I don't wish death on the guy, but the other one's a young man, and he's, you know, he's out there doing hard work for the town, braving the undead.
You are? I thank you a million times for your help. Who have you decided should receive the healing stone?
Boris's life has just begun. We can't cut it short now. He should receive the stone. Better than Stephen should receive the stone. We know full well the difficulty of growing up without a family. Does that have to do anything? Now, Boris.
Yes. Boris deserves to
Holy
experience
shit, she
all the
agrees with
pleasures
me.
of life that Stephen has already enjoyed.
Boris it is? Yes. I'll deliver the stone. I'm glad we'll get to save one man. My heart breaks for the other.
Okay.
I know it's
No, this is highly abnormal. What is this? Lightning.
I don't know what I did to deserve it.
What the f... What the hell just happened?
Into the fray, what happened? Is this a dream?
I don't think so. That stone, somehow it sent us flying into the stars.
Okay. I thought it killed me. Hey, what's going on, Ender Cody? Alright, now I'm not mad. I was gonna be pretty pissed if it was like, oh, I just died. Oh, those are just lighting up by us walking near them, huh? Okay.
Terrible! It will consume us all!
Oh, Lord, who are you? Zigzags?
By the quill that lasts a billion words, what's this? 2 Rivalonians here? At the end of space and time? How very, very, very curious.
Who are you, and how did you get here?
Oh, yes. Proper introductions. Zigzags, the historian at your service. It is my job to record all that was, and is, and hopefully all that is to be. As for how I got here, well, for a historian appointed by the gods themselves, hopping to the end of time is as easy as 1, 2, 3.
I like the books all stacked up on a a tall tower.
How you got here, though? That's a rather more interesting question. On such a tiny and rapidly shrinking vestige of space and time, I wouldn't have expected to find a soul but my own shadow.
Why is this place, as you say, shrinking?
Ah, at last a question I can answer most definitively. I mentioned already that this place is the end of time. If that didn't send your heart into your stomach and your pulse a-flutter, it should have.
Okay.
To have no end at all. Indeed, I can think of no worse nightmare for a chronicler such as myself. But something totally, utterly terrible has happened.
How can time come to an end?
Show, don't tell, I always say. So go, peer through yonder looking lens, and feast your soon-to-be terrified eyes on the darkness that is approaching.
It may be quite mad.
Then we had better appease him and have a look through the looking lens.
We chose to save Boris, a young man and many years ahead of him. Yep. Okay. One moment we're in Sicil, and the next we're in some otherworldly realm where an imp called Zigzax is babbling about the end of time. Is this a dream, or do we really find ourselves at the end of time like the imp claims? Okay. I guess let's look. Dragon!
You looked. You saw. Terrifying, isn't... What's this? The portal. It's...
What?
The portal has become active. Fantastic. Astounding. Onward we should go.
What?
The portal! It's quite sprung to life, just like the long, dormant flames that decorate this observatory. After all my waiting and hoping, could it be? You, dear stranger, you must be the key. Something about your presence here is causing the end of time to grow. The true end itself to move further away.
Ender Cody says, I saw a dead dog on the road and it looked like it got hit. Nah, that sucks. That's depressing.
Those torches! A light! This portal active once more! It cannot be coincidence.
Can we first discuss what we just witnessed through the looking glass?
Goodness me, how right you are. There's so much to take in, I'd nearly forgotten. And what you saw has been haunting my mind since I first discovered it. It is the void itself. The dragon that is devouring creation. When I speak of the end of time, this is exactly what I mean. I can't say for sure where it came from, how or why, but I do know this. It's shrinking our future by the second. And if we don't stop it, it will devour the past and present as well.
Alright, give me 1 second, guys. Okay. You believe we are somehow connected to this plane?
It's not that I believe, it's that I have seen. Long have I been waiting here, hoping that one day this very portal would ignite. Then, no longer than a few mere moments after you arrive, zap it goes. The chronicler of time knows a pattern when he sees one.
So, what lies beyond this portal?
Ah, though I cannot say for certain, if it is what I believe, then our prayers might well be answered. In fact, every last question that ever plagued your noggin might well be answered, for I believe what lies beyond this portal is nothing other than... But why spoil the mystery? As soon as we leap through, we'll find out for certain.
Well, through the portal then.
After you. Oh, what wonders we may find on the other side.
Okay.
But don't dilly-dally.
Oh, hold on. We looked through Zigzag's looking lens and saw a great nothingness, a great void at the heart of space. What does this mean, and why does it fill us with so much dread? We also saw a damn dragon. According to Zigzags, we are making the end of time grow. That is, we are delaying the end of ends. We can hardly tell whether this could be true, but we do want to discover what lies beyond the portal that we've supposedly activated. Okay, yeah, we want to do that. I also want to take a bottle of wine, take a bottle of beer, take a pillow, take a plate, take a vial.
I guess someone else got here first.
Open the desk. Nightmare grenade and a mug of water. We'll take all of that. What's in the mattress? Alright, we don't need to lie down on the mattress. Nothing else to, no? Okay. Yeah, see, I don't want to just go ahead and dive on in. So let's use this.
Just as I hoped. There she is.
Where the hell did he
And
go?
he's off.
It seems the imp has spotted exactly who and what he'd hoped to find here.
Uh-oh, this place is big. We're gonna get lost. Can we not? I guess we can. Good to see that there's wooden logs in a vase. That makes perfect sense. Now, did he just disappear on us so that we can just explore? No, he's right there. Okay, hold on. Let me go back, because just in case there was something that we could have stumbled across if we did a little bit of exploring, I don't want to miss something. Because again, anybody who's used to playing role-playing games, you know you leave no stone unturned. Whoa. It's like a woman. It's pretty awesome. See, I'm glad I went over there, even if we don't have to, just to see that, because that was a cool looking statue. I just wish we could run a little bit faster. Alright, there's nothing. Alright. Back to the old goofy imp. Actually, I should be banning, since he's got a slightly better charm. Is that going to be important? I got a feeling that somehow this puzzle looking thing, these tiles are gonna matter.
I have the last test. The last test. The last test. If you believe yourself worthy of wrangling through my ample treasures, I do dare you to prove it. Find my 4 sisters, no more than one in each of the realms of your wide world, and each by each, you'll discover how to open me.
Okay.
Could it be, milady? The weaver of time? Mother of history? Author of all that has ever been?
Indeed, Sir Imp. As surely as you are he who chronicles all that I weave.
Astounding! Unbelievable! I have so many questions for you, so much to ask, so much to say.
You have brought guests, I see. Strange. Very strange guests.
My reaction exactly, milady. It was their arrival here at the end of time that instigated my finding you. But why? Surely you must know.
This is a question better put to our guests themselves. Tell us, how did you arrive upon this plane?
If you truly are the Weaver of Time, I imagine you already know the answer to that. It was a stone. Strange stone zapped us from where we stood in Rivlin to this plane among the stars. Might as well tell her.
A stone? So... it was a stone that caused the great shock of energy that brought you here, and it infused you with new life as well. Is that so?
Yes, that's just what happened. Have you seen it before?
Not like this, no. What happened to you is unique in all my work.
And Cody's asking, do you stream with a game capture? I don't even know what that is. So, no, I just stream directly from PS4 right to YouTube.
Never had I experienced something so contrary to my nature. To weave something I had not seen, had not expected. Life does not simply spring into existence, you see. But yours has. You appeared before me from the moment you came into contact with that stone. Starstone. I now know it to be called.
But, Madam Weaver, how is it possible? Do you not see all? Have you not woven all that is and could ever be into your tapestry?
Apparently not.
Like the stones, your guests are a mystery to me. I see them before me in this world, but their likenesses appeared not upon my tapestry until they revived the stone. Source hunters. It would seem that yourselves and Starstone are inextricably linked. Why and how, I cannot say, but I do believe that finding more stones will reveal to me who you yourselves truly are.
So wait, what is this Starstone exactly? Where does it come from?
Starstone is not what it seems, Source Hunter. Its true nature must be part of a greater secret, a secret lost, even to me. Do you see what violence my work has suffered? What wounds lay upon the tapestry of time?
Mysteries of all time, gaps in history. Oh, how they've tormented me for eons.
It would appear that Starstone transforms at your touch, granting me new thread by which to mend the tapestry. Thus, it restores time itself.
This is very, very heady.
I see. What the void would shrink, Starstone restores.
Yes. Though I cannot explain why this Starstone is the antidote to the void's ravishment of our realm.
And Cody's saying it's basically a thing that hooks up to a gaming system and captures footage. Oh, yeah, no, I don't have any of that stuff. I just go directly from PS3 and broadcast, or PS4 and broadcast directly.
If we do not restore time, if we do not discover the true nature of these stones, the void will consume us all.
Well, I know it says we are source hunters of Riverland if we have a mission that doesn't involve, or we have a mission that doesn't involve chasing down magical stones. I mean, we were trying to solve a murder that wasn't really like that big of a deal. I mean, compared to history, time, things crashing and the end of the world, so this is kind of more important, I guess. So if these stones can heal history, we must seek them out.
Indeed you must. Though I may not yet understand why. It seems that you and you alone can unlock the powers within Starstone. Yet we are not the only entities who know these stones to be so much more than pretty gems.
Like what? Evil people?
Why, of course, that's what they were doing. I have recorded their doings, you see. Collectors of Starstone, more and more by the day. Now I understand. They'd keep the stones from our reach. They'd prevent the mending of time.
Without these stones, Hunter, there will be no Riverlon. The entire tapestry will crumble. Even this plane will fall victim to the Void's insatiable hunger.
That shall never be, milady. As sure as Zix comes before Zax, we will put a stop to it. First we mend the tapestry, then we stop the Void.
We?
Please, our most mysterious guest, are you ready? Are you willing? Will you hunt out the stones? Will you help us restore what has been lost?
Sure.
So, what do you think, Source Hunter?
Hey, Scarlet.
Not but a moment ago we were hunting Source in Riverlon, and now we're being told that we alone can prevent the end of time by way of some magical stones. What do you make of it?
Ed Dakota is asking, have you seen Star Wars Episode 8 trailer? I have, and it looks amazing. So I'm pretty pumped to see that.
What do you think, Source Hunter?
Alright, not but a moment ago we were hunting Source in Rebellion, now we're being told we alone can prevent blah blah blah. What do you make of it? Say what Zigzags and the Weaver will. I need more shut up, Zigzags. Say what they will, I need more evidence before I'll buy into this wild tale, or we can't deny our reaction to Starstone. There must be something to all of this, mad as it may seem. It zapped us to another dimension, so clearly we we have some kind of interaction that's evident.
Still, it's quite a leap from finding a strange stone to placing the world's salvation on our shoulders.
Yeah, it is. Okay.
Come, I've got something for you if you're up to the challenge.
How welcome you are upon this realm, our most honored guest. I hope you begin to find this place more familiar than it may yet seem.
Please tell me about yourself, madam.
In the ethereal threads of eternity, do I record the deeds of gods and men, of beasts and spectral apparitions, the drift of continents through changing seas, the rise and fall of empires, the shift of every grain of sand on every beach, the fall of every raindrop on every world, the all but imperceptible touch of lovers' hands. This and all I chronicle without fault.
Okay.
Except, it seems, you.
Alright, well there's some more questions I have.
Ask, and I shall answer, if I can.
Who are you really?
I am the Weaver of Time, as I have told you. Though my existence is one that falls behind and yet far exceeds the verb, to be. I am but what I am, and that is task. It is the same for the historian. Chroniclers both are we of the epics of eternity.
Okay.
Perhaps we are one and the same. Task multiplied by 2. Who has made us? I do not know. Why have they done so? I do not know. Am I the beginning? And am I to be the end? Who shall say? Perhaps I am the first thing in creation. Perhaps I am creation. Perhaps I am the creator. Or maybe it is you. You who makes dying stars rekindle. Time alone will tell.
I don't know if I'm the creator. Seems a little weird. So why is Starstone so important, and why does it react to me and my colleague alone?
Alas, the answers to those questions still elude me. You and Starstone remain the imperfections upon the tapestry. As yet, a hidden answer lies behind this veil of inscrutability, though. For the link between you and the stones reveals that your destinies are intertwined.
Zigzags, you need to shut up.
I believe that starstones will not lead you to new places of wonder only. No. They will also lead to new knowledge through the restoration of the threads of old.
So, what do you think, Source Hunter?
Shut up, you damn imp. This may sound silly, but aren't you lonely out here?
Oh, Hunter. I have no need for company. Like I have no need for air or appetite or affection. All I need, and all I am, is time. And time is running out, unless you remedy its decline. And yet, I do enjoy your companionship, for you may prove to become the cure that will heal my slipping soul.
So, if I understand correctly, I am not at all featured on the canvas of time.
Quite so. Your absence, it should be an impossibility, but no matter where I look, you cannot be found. I do not know you, which makes you my one perennial imperfection, a blind spot in the eye of time. But perchance I may be cured of this blindness. Perchance the blemish may be undone, and time can be redeemed.
So I've heard this place called the End of Time. Is that what it is? No more, no less?
Is but a seed bereft of sun and water. What it could be, that is what the starstones will tell us. What it is but the end. What it could be is the end of ends.
So you're saying I am what I am and that's all that I am? Popeye the Sailor Man? I don't know.
I reside in another realm altogether. But ever since the End of Time appeared in these deep dark skies, I materialized here, as if forced to watch the one thing that is unwatchable, unendurable. A thankless task that you may yet free me from forever.
But how can I redeem time if, as you say, I'm not even a part of it?
I think that perhaps you can redeem time, because you create time. Indeed, you have set in motion an event I no longer held possible. Know that no longer I did weave. I sat here at the end of time and watched on as the void frays the fabric of time like a terrified god that fears the offspring of his own creations. But suddenly there was you. You who stirred the life within the stones. These stones, children of stars, they place new ribbons along my fingers like phantoms out of time. New threads emerged, and I began to weave anew. Starstone gives me new strands to braid into the tapestry. And because you give Starstone energy, it seems that you are creating time. These Starstones, please, seek them so that time may yet be mended. Please, for the sake of all that lives and all that loves, seek them so that the void may yet devour itself alone.
Okay, can we trade anything? What do you have? A needle and thread and pixie dust.
So, what do you think, Source Hunter?
I think I'm going to buy a needle and thread.
What'll it be, Source Hunter? Do tell. So,
I don't need
what
to
do you
split it.
think, Source Hunter? Come, come! I've got something
And
for you,
pixie dust. Well, let's just take one for now. Because I really don't know what else I can do. Or can we sell things to you?
Come, come! I got something for you if you're up to the challenge.
We can sell her Ishmael. Such an asshole thing to do. Here. And this talking shell, you're better off with him.
What'll it be, Source Hunter? Do tell.
Shut up, you damn imp. Okay, I'm done.
So, what do you think, Source Hunter?
It's an assortment of books, but there's no books in there.
Come, come! I got something for you if you're up to the challenge.
Blank water scroll. I think I'm going to kill you. And Dakota says, man, he's getting annoying. You're not kidding, man. He's ridiculous.
The glint in your gaze and the set of your brow suggest to me that you've not given up on our dear old Rivellon. Not just yet.
Yep.
No, with you searching out Starstone, I believe we'll mend the tapestry in no time.
Okay.
We'll find out just who you are and how exactly to send the void back to wherever it came from.
Sounds good.
But you'll need a way to travel between Rivellon and this homestead, won't you? Who wouldn't want to see what fantastic changes your search will yield? And who knows what the Weaver might discover about you? Luckily, the power of portals is known to you, so I'll let you in on the little secret of how to transport back and forth from the end of time. Just, you know, don't go sharing it around. Never know who we can trust these days.
So in other words, this is how we fast travel.
Off you go then. You've Starstone to find, and I've a tapestry to examine. Surely there must be some clue here as to how on earth you're related to the end of time.
The Weaver of Time said our finding Starstone helps her weave the tapestry once more. How is that possible?
Cross my heart, hope to fade in the void. I honestly don't know. But ask her. If she claims it is so, perhaps she knows why.
I already asked her a bunch of questions.
Like the imp said to the ballista operator, shoot!
So if I'm supposed to search for Starstone, it would be handy to know where to start looking.
Wouldn't it just? Would that I had a Starstone sightseeing guide, but alas, such a booklet does not exist.
Nah.
Just like yourselves, Starstones are curiously absent from history, both in my writings and on the Tapestry of Time.
Well, that's convenient.
From what I can gather, though, they were once cherished by devious sorcerers whose reign ended long ago. The stones are therefore most likely to be found in the ancient places of this world. Ruins, caves, the lairs of long-forgotten evils. Those are the dens you should frequent.
Great. 2
more pieces of advice. Don't go unarmed, and consult with my agent.
Your agent? Okay. I still don't understand how Starstone and the Void Dragon are related.
Neither do I, but the mere fact that activated Starstone has set the Weaver of Time weaving again more than implies that it and the Void Dragon are natural enemies. This in turn more than implies that
Take it easy, Cody.
are the Void's natural enemy, for it is you who is setting new events in motion. You who is handing the Weaver new threads. And that which she is weaving is more than an ornament to decorate the shelter plane. It is both history and future history. It is all of time. We may not understand the how yet, but our aim is clear. We shall save creation from the grip of the void. Now,
Sure. You know, you say you're the imp historian, but you seem to be more than a mere imp and more than a mere historian.
Oh, I don't know if I'm more than those things per se, but having been given a divine mission does have its perks. Old age can't touch me, that's one. Immortality is mine as long as no one skewers me with a sword, and even then I'll be back in a jiffy.
Really?
But of course I have a price to pay for something that is priceless. It is my duty to record all of history, and an arduous task that is. Not to mention how much stress that void out there is causing me. The end of time. I'll be out of a job. So, gather those starstones so that we may know the history that was lost. Know so that we must not repeat what leads us to this dangerous precipice, but do better and close the dark eye of the void forever.
Well, don't you find it somewhat lonesome being the sole chronicler of time?
Lonesome observing the frontier of creation, surfing the vibrant tide of the eons, always approaching yet never reaching shore. Lonesome being privy to all that has been and all that is.
Yeah.
Well, yes, actually. I don't mean to complain, but one certainly doesn't mind a bit of company now and then.
Like that he was honest with you. Yeah.
Perhaps you can imagine the profound pleasure it is to have made the Weaver's acquaintance after all these years.
Oh.
I can hardly wait to pick her brain about the great battle of the sons of Sigurd. The last Rivellonian who remembers it died more than 7,000 years ago. Before you go, Source Hunter, a final word. Once you return to Rivellon, there will be someone waiting for you. My agent, my eyes and ears upon your world.
Okay.
I hope he'll be able to help you as much as he can. Time, I need hardly remind you, is of the essence.
Homestead at the end of time. We received a rune that allows you to quick travel. So that's now in the menu screen and select the waypoint to display access. Alright, blah, blah.
That is a good question, Zigzags. One without a conclusive answer, though its resolution may lie in conception. Where you chronicle, I both chronicle and create. Where you arrive at conclusions, I spin origins besides.
So do I have to go to her? And then she can talk to him?
Good to see you on the shelter plane. A home away from home, is it not? Like the imp said to the ballista operator, shoot!
Okay, guess not.
Alright.
So what the hell do we do now?
What it is, what lies at the heart of it?
What lies at its heart? Why, nothing, of course. The great absence of all that even the gods cannot comprehend.
Do we use this? That just goes here. Okay. Not sure exactly where this is, so... Oh, okay, good. This is where I was hoping
Source
to be.
Hunters, I welcome you once again to the realm of Rivellon after your travels through the chasms of space. Nice to have found a shelter, wouldn't you agree? Where you can come to no harm.
Wait, are you the imp's agent?
I know the imp historian has told you about his agent on Rivellon, and that agent is I. So now that you know of the alliance between me and Sir Zigzax, let us turn to the business at hand. Starstone.
Let us do so indeed. I would greatly value Zigzax's agent's advice, or actually our business at hand is a murder of Counselor Jake. Well, we can do that too.
Steady, boys, steady. We'll be leaving.
And I'll be delighted to give it. Dark webs are being woven around these parts, and it is my firm belief starstones are the flies the sorcerer's spiders are trying to catch. It can therefore hardly be a coincidence that Counselor Jake was a collector of the stones we seek.
Aha.
His foul murder and the plight of dying time must somehow be interconnected.
Aha!
That means the task you have been given remains crucial. Find the assassin that did away with Jake, for you're bound to stumble upon Starstone along the way.
Aha! So how did you find out Jake was a Starstone collector?
While you were being lectured by our friend the historian and the grande dame of time, I snuck into his house and had a look around.
Ooh.
The advantage of being a cat, you know. You go where you please with impunity. And sometimes the lady of the house even rewards you with a slice of fresh herring. That's where I saw them in a cabinet. Mere slivers, but specks of starstones nonetheless. They lay there, silent and innocent, though bloody murder may have been committed in their name.
By the way, I guess that means both of those people that we had to choose between which one would get healed, I guess they're both dead. Why is it so particularly nice for us to have found a shelter somewhere?
Plenty of fish in the sea.
Don't we all long for a sanctuary where our worldly troubles can be held at bay? A bed or a basket so snug it becomes, in a word, safety.
I guess.
But perhaps I speak only for myself, not for veterans such as yourselves that by necessity call any patch of ground they rest upon home. Like any cat worth its salt, though, I deeply cherish a secret refuge unbeknownst to anyone. To be able to repose without a care is such a precious circumstance, savored all too seldomly.
I wonder, do you put absolute credence in the words of Zigzax, time, void, the looming end?
Let me phrase it like Zigzax might. A universe without time is like a pen without ink. A pointless instrument stripped of the potential of creation. It is void. It is death. It is nothing. I'll not pretend to have all the answers, or that I understand all that is happening here and out there among the stars, but I do know I'd rather err on the side of caution. If Zigzax worries, I worry. We are talking about a creature, after all, that has reclined among the divines as nonchalantly as you and I lays beside the hearths of home.
So how did you become his agent?
I met him first, a long time ago, out in the wastes of Youthful Gore. He wondered aloud what on earth a cat was doing out there in the scorching desert, then shared what little food and water he had with him. So I told him who I was and showed him my human form. He laughed and marveled and told me stories about his travels. In the end, he even shared his great sorrow with me. The unspeakable thing you saw through his looking lens. I was awed and frightened, but swore to help him in any way I could. As of now, that includes helping the two of you.
Okay, anything to trade? Oh, man. A resurrect scroll. I got a feeling I'm gonna be needing these.
Slimy, reeking,
So yeah, I'm buying all
sea
those.
garbage.
Blessed skill book, man, he's got all kinds of stuff. Burn my eyes skill book. Damn. I mean, he is hooked up. Alright. Very nice. So yeah, the one thing that sucked, the one merchant that I talked to before I had to go through the reset, he didn't have the same items when I went back to him, so I couldn't get all the same armor stuff.
Boys, steady. Before you go, here, take this teleporter pyramid. A handy toy indeed that Zigzags asked me to give to you.
Okay.
You'll need the other one too if you want to make use of its powers, but alas, I seem to have misplaced it. Don't worry though. Use this one here and it'll take you straight to its twin. Now that this matter has been settled, hunters, I shall detain you no longer. But rest assured, I'll do my share of hunting too. So if you spot a white cat during your travels, do stop to say hello.
Okie doke. Just received a teleporter pyramid. These pyramids are linked to each other and always come in pairs. Open your inventory and use the pyramid to teleport to its parent. Okay, well, not yet. I'm going to do the log first. I guess I don't have a choice.
Slimy, reeking, rotting sea
Serious
garbage.
murder. Plot thickens. Arhu told us that Counselor Jake collected Starstone. He's quite right when he says that it can hardly be a coincidence that Jake collected the one thing both we and scheming sorcerers are after. Could the reason for his murder be linked to his collection? Teleporter pyramids. Arhu presented us with a teleporter pyramid, but he seems to have misplaced his companion. We can find the second pyramid by using the one in our possession. Source Hunter's Journey. Blizzity blazity blue. We already know what's going on.
We'll be leaving as soon as we're packed up.
Okay, so let's...
Steady, boys, steady. We'll be leaving as soon as we're packed up.
Teleporter pyramid. Let's use it.
My gods! What is going on here? First I have to shoo away a creeping white tomcat, and now there's a perfect stranger in my bathroom. Get out, will you?
Alright, I gotta charm her. Crap, I can't. I'll guess reason. Sorry, milady. I came by way of magical pyramid and I didn't know where I would end up. Well, we disagree. Ain't that wonderful? I say paper. And now I say rock. And you know what's crazy? Now I say scissors. Uh-oh. I should have said rock. Whoa! What is that nonsense? Man, I should not have gone with reason, huh? With paper. Go with rock. No!
A magical pyramid, eh? Frivolous and lecherous magic, more like. Leave my house, afore the divines punish you for your aberrant ways.
Want to trade? Can I have some meat? Thank you. Okay, bye.
Out!
That's what
you get for trying. If you please. This room is private.
Why aren't you laying in the bed? What are you doing? Oh, you're taking a bath. Using a pyramid teleported you to the other pyramid. Give them to your party members or drop them on the ground on locations you want to return to instantly. Throw them around to bypass traps and barred doors. Ooh, okay.
What are you still doing here? Begone!
What's that gleam?
Bye.
Out now, if you please.
I'm
This
trying.
room is private. You there, cut it out.
What am I supposed to do, lady? Oh, go out that way. Of course. Bye. See you later, lady. Any stuff in here for me? Jeez. Slow down, arrow. Alright. She's got tons of stuff. I need to not have so much. So, I still want to explore and investigate things. What is this? The crime scene. So I still want to get in there to look at the crime scene. Still have to talk to Esmeralda. I have to talk to him. And I can't go to this mysterious cave yet or whatever because the guard at the gate made a point to warn me that there's basically some big nasty bad guys out there.
A moment of your indulgence, if you please. You are the source hunter, are you not? The hero the whole of Sightseal is abuzz about. The talk of the town. The juiciest grape on the grapevine. Such a pleasure to meet you. A delight.
Before I get into this, so yeah, like basically he was saying like, oh, you don't want to go out there without, you know, without backup or without better weapons and blah blah blah. So I'm like, okay, so obviously everything out there is gonna be tough, and I need more than just the two people to handle it. So, okay, there, Mindius, what do you have to say?
No, scratch that. It is so much more than a delight. It is an intervention of fate. Yes, that's it. Fate has put me on this very spot so I may tell you all about a most intriguing opportunity indeed.
And you are...
Mindius, at your service. What is my profession? Well, I'll tell you what it used to be, and that is a man of medicine. But what does a man of medicine do but mend what has first been broken? I saved lives, to be sure, but today I change them. Okay, and about that opportunity you mentioned? Oh, it's not merely an opportunity. It is a once-in-a-lifetime chance to become better. To become the full extent of the promise that is locked inside of each and every one of us. So first of all, let me ask you this question. Do you like adventure? Well, first of all, you're a healer and your name is Mendius. Mendius, like mending wounds. Of course I do. How could someone in my profession not?
Not in the mood for cheese.
Quite right. Adventure is what we live for. See here. You and I share the same passion. I never doubted it for a moment. The thrill of walking the unbeaten path. The rush of finding yourself in a goblin ambush, knowing you'll prevail nonetheless. Too bad your line of work comes with such measly recompense. Am I right? The wage of a mere soldier. Now, between you and me, tell me truthfully, don't you sometimes wish you could earn more?
Well, I can't say that I haven't.
Yes, some extra gold is always welcome.
Indeed. Indeed, gold is always welcome. And among the fabulous five, gold flows as freely as water does to the sea. Even so, my friend, matters of a pecuniary nature aside, what is life without variety, without spice? To be a source hunter must get frightfully dreary sometimes. Am I right? All those orders. Investigate this, retrieve that, and at the end of the day, what do you have to show for it? Wouldn't you prefer to call your own shots? Be your own boss?
It's better to lead than follow, that much is true.
Better to be served than to serve, I concur.
Well spoken. Well said indeed. Life's too short to spend it doing someone else's bidding, am I right? Of course I am. And I could help you attain the dream. Enact the change you deserve.
I think this guy is a snake oil salesman.
And that is exactly why I am here. Why fate has put me right by the door to the King Crab. So that I could meet you and tell you about the marvel that is the Fabulous Five. The invitation to join is yours. Grab it.
Tell me about the Fabulous Five.
The Fabulous Five. How I enjoy simply saying the words that describe the most illustrious and celebrated adventurers' guild in Riverlon. Our mission, to better the world. Our mantra, to better ourselves as we do so. To realize our dreams and cleanse our souls.
Uh-huh.
You'd like nothing more than to enlist, wouldn't you? Of course you would. And you can. Of course, if you still have questions, I shall answer them to the best of my abilities. But if not, how about we get started?
What is it the members of the Fabulous Five actually do?
What a gem of a question. Straight as an arrow, sharp as a switchblade. Most meritorious of you. Now then, to join the Fabulous Five is to join a fellowship, to join a fraternity, a sorority, a community. The title of Knight is bestowed upon you the moment you sign our waiver, and so it all begins. I shall be the one to give you your first contracts, and once the job is done, I shall see to it you get your fair share of the reward. Of course, should you spread the word, should you propagate the gospel of the Fabulous Five, and thereby draw new knights into our fellowship, you will get a share of the reward from their contracts too. Isn't that wonderful?
Yeah.
By now, the genial glow of the fellowship must have warmed your heart. It has, hasn't it? But did I say fellowship? I mean family. For like a family, we support one another, cheer one another, see each other through thick and thin, partake in glory and defeat. Work hard, fulfill contracts, enlist new knights, and swiftly shall you rise through the ranks. You will better yourself. You will better Riverlon. You will make the stars shine all the brighter. And you'll get fabulously wealthy in the process. What's not to like?
Sure, I'd like to enlist.
Of course, of course, of course. All you need to do is sign this waiver, and just like that, snap! You're part of the family. All I need is your lovely little autograph. What do you say?
Join a guild, better the world, earn a lot of gold. Yes, count me in.
And me. May all the riches in the world be ours.
Marvelous. Magnificent. Oh, but what am I saying? Fabulous is the word. You may not realize it yet, but
we've been duped. I know it.
Your very life is about to change for the better. So let us not dilly-dally. To business. Your first assignment is ready and waiting if you're ready and willing.
About my assignment.
Oh, it's a pretty straightforward task, this one. Now, in this town dwells a wizard. Ahu is his name, and he's a frightful eccentric. Scientific type, you know the kind. Favors reason over faith and all that. Not Fabulous Five material, him. His experimental weapons may keep a couple of skeletons away from the city, but many of his other researches failed. Malfunctioned with tragic consequences. One of them was a big lumbering apparatus. A frightful automaton shaped like a giant made of steel. It was supposed to crush the undead by the dozens, piloted as it was by a trained legionnaire. But you can guess what happened. Did it become sentient? Was it cursed? Whatever the cause, the thing relieved itself of its pilot and headed north towards a network of caves. Now ask yourself, what if it comes back? It could smash the city walls and claim 100 lives before being subdued. Luckily, there are those in this world who belong to the Fabulous Five. The braves who eat such monstrosities for breakfast. Go, my friend. Find this wizard's abomination and claim your just reward from Mayor Cecil in the name of our hallowed guild. Easy money.
Okay. So you're not worried about the undead out and about?
They call the undead a problem, my friend. But those who know the ways of the Fabulous Five see no problems. They see opportunities. An enterprising spirit can wrench riches from cold dead rocks. Or from cold dead full stop.
Met some sailors looking for a job. Perhaps they could join the fellowship.
You found new recruits already? Efficient. Proactive. Oh, I like that. Send them to me and I'll sign them up. And of course, since they're your recruits, you'll get a share of every assignment they complete. Isn't that just fabulous?
Really? Okay, I'll take my leave. Log update. Teleporter pyramids. Found the second teleporter pyramid in a rather unexpected spot, but never mind that now. These magical trinkets should come in very handy indeed. Fabulous Five. An adventurer named Mendius offered to let us join his guild, the Fabulous Five. We accepted and are eagerly awaiting a first assignment. Mayor Cecil has asked the Fabulous Five to destroy a rogue robot of Arhu's that has taken over a northern cave. Mendius' first assignment for us is to clear that cave. Yeah. We told Mendius we'd like to hire them as part of our fellowship, and he told us to send them to him. Okay, so we could send these guys to work for the fellowship, and then we would get money, supposedly. We would get money for their exploits. Or we can have them work as sailors again. So, the tricky thing... The tricky thing here is if we send them as sailors, it's kind of like the safe route. Do we go the safe route, or we do something a little more risky and send them? So that's. We're gonna go in here in a second, guys. But I gotta answer a message real quick. I have a show to run tonight, so I'm kind of answering people's messages real fast before the concert starts. One second.
So you're just hanging
around the inn, are you? Waiting for what, exactly?
I'll thank you to leave me be, hero. That
sounds myself. Oh, you think you can go reach that way to us? Well, time to say it, I've got my eye on you.
All right. So yeah, that's the big. That's a big question right now. Is exactly what do we do? I think we send them to Mendius. I mean, I want better gear than what she's wearing. The gear looks silly, I think. King Crab Inn. Hey, look, there's a cat. Who are you? Duke of Ferrol.
Ah, hello. I suppose
Hello.
you're here to viciously interrogate me for information I don't have, like our noble Captain Aureus before you.
Yeah? Tell me about yourself.
I am the Duke of Ferrol, though I suppose my name is in the mouths of enough ruthless gossipers that you've heard of me by now.
Okay, whatever. What do you know about Jake's murder?
It's very tragic news. I won't posture and say that the Consular and I were anything near allies, but I truly never wish the man harm.
Okay. Bye.
Come on now, Alistair. Sure you've met your match.
See, was that so difficult to answer questions? Hello, kitty cat. Oh, I can talk to you. The unthinkable Sam.
Never saw you in the king crab before. You're welcome to scratch me behind the ears if you like. I won't scratch back.
Who are you?
I am Unsinkable Sam. At least that's what they call me around here. Used to be a ship's cat, but the clipper I was on sank, and I was the only one to wrestle himself free from the waves. The people here were kind and took me in. Been the king crab's foremost patron ever since.
Really? Tell me about the ship that you're on.
A magnificent ship she was. Used to belong to a pirate, I was told. Unlike me, she didn't prove to be unsinkable, though. We hit the cliffs right neath the lighthouse. Not very apt a name for that building, I must say, for no light was shining from it.
Huh.
The moment I hit the water, I writhed around like I would on a hot tin roof. By some miracle, I managed to reach the beach, covered in kelp and smelling worse than a fish's funeral parlor. But I was alive, and that was more than anybody else could say.
You're the only survivor.
So I was. What friends I had. They drowned alongside the rats I used to hunt in the galley. And there I was, all alone. Not that I have it bad here, mind you. I've milk and fish aplenty. Most folks will pet me kindly, and when one of the village girls holds me tight against her ample bosom, I purr up a storm. But I do long for a companion of my own kind. And in that regard, there is no one like Maxine.
That wasn't creepy or anything. Okay, what about Maxine?
Oh, Maxine. The mayor's darling pet. So gentle. So fair a feline. The grace of her whiskers. The subtle palette of dyes in her sable coat. She's one of a kind, that cat. She likes me. I know she does. But when I declare my love, she backs away. I don't know why. I have serenaded her and braved many a bucket of water for my efforts. But for some reason, she is not to be swayed.
Okay. I got some different questions for you.
By all means.
Okay, cat, what do you think of the undead?
People make a fuss about them because they endanger the lands around the city. They never bother me when I'm out for my monthly walk, though. But still, I do detest them. I mean, they're so unnatural, aren't they? Cats can have 9 lives, but humans are only entitled to 1.
So can you tell me more about the orcs?
Oh, don't mention orcs to me. Worse than dogs, that lot. Sank Walrus Willie's boat right from under him. Best anchovy fisher in the world he was. A loss to us all.
Okay, bye.
I am a duke, potato-eating peasant.
You're also a dick. Not just a duke.
A source hunter. I'd like to report some dark magic. Only tainted hearts could tip as miserably as this lot.
Ah, okay. So you're the waitress around here?
Been at the King Crab nearly 10 years now, personally. Seen every character you can imagine, from bums to wizards, passed through these doors for a pint and a place to rest.
Well, were you here when Jake got killed?
I think I'm one of the last folks to hear him alive. That awful scream has been ringing in my ears ever since. And with the room where it all happened still under quarantine, we've a constant reminder of exactly what happened. Though that's the question, isn't it? What exactly did happen? We all thought it was Esmeralda who checked into that room, and the Duke that followed her in. I was washing up and nudging the last of the lushes out of the door when a cloaked woman rushed in right past me. I never got a good look at her, damn my eyes, but I figured the way she disappeared that she was visiting one of the lodgers. Lucky for the perpetrators, I was rinsing bottles in the back when the terrible deed took place and saw nothing more. I'm not proud to say I ducked under the counter and damn well stayed there till I heard Ivad fling that door open. But I was paralyzed with fright.
Okay, bye.
Oh, careful
Hey,
now.
you.
Back, demon. Back, or I'll... Well, what's this? Oh, Medora, you lummox. 1,000 pardons, comrade. This old bear's edgier than a dodecahedron these days. I'll tell you, it sure does me good to set eyes on another of our order. From Academy West, aren't you? Give Captain Wartruce my regards next time you see him.
Who did you say you were? I don't recognize you from the academy.
You wouldn't. I trained up in Academy North, after all. We don't cross paths with you Westies all that often, but it's always a pleasure when we do. Medora's the name. Retired, or so the Order keeps trying to tell me, but never out of commission. My hand to your cause and my sword at your side.
I hadn't heard of another source hunter being assigned to Sicil. What are you doing here?
Heavens hornets! That's quite a story, comrade. And come to think of it,
Comrade.
one that might concern you.
Oh, really?
See, I'm here on, well, let's call it a loan from a town to the north of here. Hunter's Edge by name. There's been an attack there, comrade. Orcs. Not your run-of-the-mill savages either, but ones who've taken dark magic to new heights.
Oh, great.
What they want in Hunter's Edge, I can't say, but it's my responsibility to send them packing. Preferably with their horns in their suitcases and a knee-knocking fear of ever crossing paths with a sauce hunter again.
A sauce? A sauce hunter? We're hunting sauce?
I came south seeking the Legion's help, only to find it tied here in Sicil. They don't have a spare soldier to send northward, and even in my finest form, I can't clear the place of that many orcs without backup.
Orcs attacked your village. Well, how did you manage to escape?
By the skin of my teeth, comrade. The savages were rounding up villagers when one of them activated a tripwire on our village wizard's property. Fortunately for me, that particular wizard has a penchant for things that go boom in the night. I managed to wrench free of my captor's grip and flee toward the forest. He pursued me for miles, but I'd lost him before I made it into the Sicil hinterlands.
So what's your next plan of attack?
Well, comrade, I hadn't thought of it till you tapped my shoulder just now. But perhaps that's where you come in. I need a contingent I can trust if I'm to take back the town. And the way I see it, you could use reinforcements here in town.
Do you want to join my party? Is that what you're getting at, Medora?
I've been scouting Sicil for some time now, and I believe I've sussed out sufficient intel to help solve the murder of the Counselor. With our minds and swords in tandem, we'll make short work of the perpetrator.
What evidence of source in Sicil have you found
More than I'd
so
hoped,
far?
comrade. I don't know what in tarnation's gotten into the townsfolk here, but there's enough dark magic running roughshod to topple a small mountain. There's Mayor Cecil's doings for one, and the mysteries of our master Thaleron for another. And on top of it all, the feline menace is lurking at every hearth and shadow.
Alright, tell me about Cecil.
Now don't get me wrong, I think the mayor's a decent sort, even if he can't hear farther than the tip of his own nose. But from what I've heard whispered around the docks, the old guy's gotten himself mixed up in something not quite on this side of the law. I suspect an illegal source artifact or substance is at the root of it, but exactly what or who's given it to him, I can't say. And since I haven't technically been assigned to Cecile, I don't have the authority to interrogate him.
What about Thorion?
Fella seems like a humble doctor, but I bet my sword he's dealing in something darker than splints and tonics. A loose-lipped fishmonger let slip that she'd seen our good doctor scale the city wall on 2 separate occasions, well past midnight each time. What business could he have among the undead?
I don't know.
Hardly the habit of an innocent healer, I'd say.
What about the feline menace?
You mean you don't already know, comrade? Their kind can see in the dark. It ain't natural.
So you just don't like cats? Okay. So that's your proposition. You help us here in Cecile, and we help you take back your home village thereafter.
Well, you know the old expression. 2's a tea party, 3's an invasion. I know this place like the back of my hand by now. And the orcs up north will be short work for a trained-up trio of sauce hunters.
You'll be concerned enough when you realize that reward money won't be lying in your pockets.
Yeah, of course. It's a fantastic plan. With 3 source hunters working in tandem, we'll put an end to all the evils bent against this fair land.
Another source hunter on the team will make us all the more formidable against this wicked magic. Welcome aboard, Medora.
That's the spirit. Listen closely now. Do you hear it? That's the sound of every orc and sorcerer in a 100-mile radius shaking in his wee boots.
Okay, open the party radio menu, highlight a party member, and press X to select. Now select another party member in the same way and press triangle to group
They
them.
say he's privy to ancient and arcane secrets.
Okay.
The likes of which I doubt you could even fathom, old friend.
What kind of stuff do we have in our inventory? We ain't got nothing.
Come now, Alistair. Surely you've met your match once or twice.
What about character? She's
Careful now.
pretty goddamn strong, man.
Swollen than saffrons, I dare say.
So she's a two-handed. Okay, we do have another two-handed weapon. Bodybuilding. Man-at-arms. Don't have anything for that. Nothing for that. Nothing for that. Okay. Comeback Kid. When the opponent lands the blow that should kill you, Comeback Kid will leave you with 1 health as long as you had more than
Do
1
I
left.
seem like the sort who concerns myself with such things?
Opportunist, What a Rush. What a Rush increases your turn action points and maximum action points by 2 when your vitality is below 30. Okay, that's neat. Alright, let me switch to Scarlet. Let's look at her inventory. Okay, let's give this to Medora. Shake, shake, shake,
Tell me,
Medora.
Alistair, have you ever had the fortune of challenging the fabled wizard of Hunter's Edge?
I'm gonna give that to her as well, just in case it's something that she could use that.
They say he's privy to ancient and arcane secrets, the likes of which I doubt you could even fathom, old friend.
Okay, resurrect scroll.
Come now, Alistair. Surely you've met your match once or twice.
Ha! The closest I've come to my match is when I linger over long while lighting my pipe.
Oh, careful now. Your head's growing more swollen than Saffron's, I dare say.
Alright, so let's give that one to Bannon. Let's give these to Medora. Okay. Real quick, what do you have in your inventory?
Whatever happened to that troop of eager imbeciles?
Send that to Medora.
Do I seem like the sort who concerns myself with such things?
You'll be concerned enough when you realize that reward money won't be lining your pockets.
Ooh. Oh wow, no, this is garbage compared to what we have. Okay, and we can send that back to Scarlet and we'll sell it. Nope. Send that back to Scarlet and we'll sell that too. Okay, we don't have anything else, so
Tell
we'll
me, Alistair,
equip that.
have you ever had the fortune of challenging the fabled wizard of Hunter's Edge?
Fortune? Ah, he should be so lucky as to be defeated by Alistair the Great.
They say he's privy to ancient and arcane secrets, the likes of which I doubt you could even fathom, old friend.
Alright, so she's got real good gear. She's pretty badass. She got a big ass sword.
Come now, Alistair. Surely you've met your match once or twice.
Ha! The closest I've got to my match is when I linger over long while lighting my pipe.
Oh, careful now.
I know, Vac.
Pointless chatter with strangers does so thrill me. How did you know? Please continue interrupting my drink if you'd be so kind.
Who are you?
I'm curious of you to show interest in a lonesome stranger at the bar. Let me answer by saying that who I am is hardly any of your business, and anyone with an ounce of tact would have known that already.
Can you tell me about the Fabulous Five?
So you've wrangled a position in the Fabulous Five, have you?
Yep.
I'm fairly brimming with enthusiasm at the prospect of calling you a partner. You'd better leave me undisturbed, or my emotions might just bubble over.
You're a dick. So, about my first assignment.
You've been sent after Ahu's insane robot, I understand. Do you imagine that while you're busy being crushed by that abomination, I'll manage to get through a whole drink, distraction-free?
Okay, you can kiss my ass. I don't like you. Hello, citizen.
Zimbladorix! That! Ha! Quite under my spell, aren't you? Yes, my enfriending charm never fails.
Oh boy, tell me about yourself.
Me? You mean you don't recognize me? Well, you must live under a very large, very heavy rock, for I'm the finest wizard in Rivellon.
Yeah, well, I never heard of you.
Yes, that is strange. Strange indeed. But it's a strange world we live in, isn't it? A strange and magical world, full of wonders and regionis regentum.
Okay, and what was that supposed to accomplish?
Oh, you'll find out. You'll find out indeed. If I'm as good as they say I am, you'll have sprouted a pair of long purple ears in the next hour. Ah, how I do love a tasty aubergine in summertime.
Okay. Goodbye. Listen to the music. Diddy-diddy-dum, diddy-dum-dum-dum. Hey, you.
Greetings, traveler. And may the Immaculate Conduit's myriad blessings comfort and cradle you. Tell me, have you yet heard the revelation?
Oh no. Who are you?
What's in a name, dear friend? For we all begin equal in the conduit's eyes, and only through great deeds may enter into her inner ring.
What? What revelation?
You mean you haven't heard? Oh, what fortune that I may share the goddess's salvation with one who has, as yet, been lost.
Oh no.
Steel yourself, friend, for your mortal spirit could be forever transformed from this moment forth. The conduit, our link to the goddess herself, has given us a special gift, and the gift is thus. By following her instructions and becoming initiated into the one way, we can each of us live on for a span greater than the number of stars that twinkle within the goddess's right eye.
Okay, what about this
She
conduit?
came from on high to we mortals and showed us the path to the goddess, where all living souls are naturally inclined. She showed us that injury and malady need not mark the end of life, but that through her methods we could ascend to greater life in service of the goddess.
And what do you mean about the one way?
Ah, for this hallowed information, you must seek an immaculate chapel. Go north, friend, through the forest and into the town of Silverglen, where all may be revealed.
Yeah, I have to go there anyway.
There, among her followers and friends, dwells the goddess's ecstasy, her one way. Go on the path to the righteous, my friend. Forget not that the conduit has great plans for you.
Of course it does. Yeah. You know, a bunch of folded shirts and stuff, and there's a book to read. I guess I shouldn't steal or anything like that in front of the guy.
With such things.
You'll be concerned enough when you realize that reward money won't be lining your pockets.
Oh, we're gonna have to go in that hatch in a minute. Let's go upstairs. Can we go upstairs? Not yet. Legionnaire.
Greetings, Source Hunter. I don't mean to hinder your investigation, but I can't open this door for anyone who hasn't received Captain Aureus' explicit approval.
Okay. Damn it. That's fine, I guess. That's locked. Hi.
Praise be that Ahu the wizard built those newfangled weapons of his. Seal would have long been overrun by undead if it weren't for them contraptions.
Yeah, that's good. Hell's that? It's all spider webby.
A source hunter? Don't tell me we've got to worry about dark magic on top of it all.
Yep. Got anything? What is that? Chicken foot. Here, I'll buy your chicken foot, and I'll buy your tomato. That's right. Now you got some extra money from me. What do you have?
Praise be that Ahu the wizard built those newfangled weapons of his.
Oh, look, fun
Seal
with
would have
fluids.
long been overrun by undead if it weren't for them contraptions.
Yeah. Oh, that was worth it. Large constitution potion. Potion. I can't speak. It's locked. It's open. Cloth scraps. Where the layman sees simple scraps, scrap the... Yeah, I don't want to take stuff right. So this guy was walking right in behind me. That's locked. You're lucky I wanted to steal all your stuff. Hello, people. Sheriff's
Leave me
bodyguard.
be, I have a job to do.
Real quick, do you want to trade? Got anything you want to trade? Moonstone. Moonstone? Huh. What would you do for a moonstone? Would you take a chicken foot? Okay, fine. Now let's talk to you.
Greetings, greetings. Oh, you are most welcome in my chamber. Customers rarely find me up here, but I do so abhor the hustle and bustle of the marketplace.
Oh, so you're a traveling merchant.
That I am. I have spent more of my life on the road travelling alongside great caravans than I have in any given place in Rivellon. All of this earth is my home, for a few days or even but a few hours at a time, that is.
Ah.
You wouldn't believe some of the things I have seen. Oh yes, a city besieged by the dead isn't even remotely special to me. All the better that it isn't. For you and for me. Because outlandish events lead to outlandish wares.
Ah, speaking of those wares, let's talk about them.
Oh, but let us not discuss. Let us browse and barter.
Okay, let's browse and barter. Sorry. Ooh. 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 These are nice. They're expensive, though. She's got good stuff. It's just expensive. Inhuman sharp fighting knife of the Doctor. Interesting. Aged cloth cap. Antique cloth armor. Antique leather armor. Alright, so that only costs 7, so we'll take that. She's got a lot of gold. I can't afford the rest of it. Yeah, these are a lot better than what I got. And it gives him a +2 initiative as well. That's going to cost him most of what he has, unless I have something I can sell. I don't really have anything that I can sell. I mean, I have these shells and stuff, but I don't know if they're worth anything. Okay. Now... Oh, why did I take that? Cloth armor. No wonder it was worth 7. I don't need this. God damn it. I thought it was a belt. Oh, I'm an idiot. Alright, I'm stupid. Alright, well, who else? Medora, you want to, Fine. The most prefer talking to the main heroes, although they're willing to trade with companions too. Oh, okay. Well, never mind. So what did I just pick up here? That's the only thing I bought. Oh yeah, I got all that stuff. I can sell that. I can sell one of these hammers. Probably sell a whole bunch of fishing rods. The old cloth bracers. Probably that robe, because if I get someone who wears robes, I guarantee they're gonna have better stuff than that. A broom. Fighting knife. 1632. This does 813. I'll sell that too.
How gratifying to see you return. You are quickly becoming my favorite customer.
Oh. Yeah, sell. Sell one of these hammers. For first, this two-handed practice sword. One of these hammers. Sell that. I'll keep one of those. Butter knife? What the hell do I have a butter knife for? Get rid of that butter knife. We don't need that. Fighting knife, don't need that. Empty cup. Bucket with milk. Cooking pot. Use hair, skull. A plate. Useless. Pillow. There's feathers inside. Golden Grail. Once an algorithm simple, blah, 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 the Grail is the right place at just the right time, and its owners mastered the act of transmitting base metals, charmed the Grail with the power to transform basic clothing and armors from simple cloth and steel to lavish gold, and never ran out of cash again. In other words, we're supposed to just sell this thing. Gold cup. Useless but pretty. Sell it. Okay. Soap. A vial. Spider leg cracks etch the glass of this vial, but it seems robust enough for your use. See, I feel like I'm going to need that stuff. Candles. I don't know if I'm going to need candles. I'm going to have to look all that stuff up to find out what I need and what I can get rid of. Like right there. Bones do stuff. I don't know what they do though. Alright. Oops. Let's find leather armor. the runner. It costs more than I got. But Yar. Alright, I think we can come back.
That I am.
Oh,
You wouldn't believe.
We can always come back to deal with her another time.
Maybe the lock can be jimmied.
Yeah, it can. We're not gonna do it. Whoops. Alright. Last thing we're gonna do is we're gonna go into that hatch. We're gonna go down the hatch. Whoa. There be gas in there. Let's talk to some rats. Hi. I was trying to talk to the rat. I wasn't trying to move anything. Get back here.
This swill is disgusting. The folks in Hunter's Edge make the best whiskey in Rivellon.
Oh, you're a drunk, huh? Come here. Come here, you.
Folks say it was Esmeralda who killed Councillor Jake, but I didn't see her here the night of the murder. Then again, she might have just gotten a new pair of shoes.
Ah. See, there's no people down here, so who's gonna know if I steal something?
If only the popular girls from the Source Academy could see how edgy and dangerous you've become.
Don't take or touch property that isn't yours. Owners will be offended and their attitude towards you will drop. They will call the guards if you go too far. Okay. Enter sneak mode to steal some property while the owner isn't looking. Why, was somebody looking? There's nobody down here. Alright, I'm not trying to throw stuff all over the place either. Take that, thank you. Diddy dum dum dum, diddly diddly dum dum dum. Just listening to the music. So I need to be able to move something in there, or I'll risk getting poisoned. I don't know if there's anything in there that's worth getting poisoned over. You know what? Let's not worry about that right now. Alright, guys. That's going to be it for this episode. I've got to head on out, and I've got a show to run. So I'm going to actually have my guys go outside.
Come now, Alistair. Surely you've met your man. Watch out. I smell. Oh, the fierce stench of Frankenstein's goblin.
Actually, I think that's only roast pig.
Ah, yes. Yes, of course. This time. Careful, comrade. I think I sense a sorcerer in yonder shadows. Ask away, my friend. Ask away. Always helps to know a thing or two about who's covering your back against the gnashing horde.
Yeah. Okay. Never mind. All right. So yeah, I'm gonna end this now. When I return, it might be later tonight or tomorrow. I'm not sure, but when I return, we'll go down and we'll give those fishermen a job. and then
to the zombie problem
we'll carry on from there. So we'll see how it goes. So anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Hope you're enjoying this game. I would like to have gear that's not all white because we look silly. But yeah, so anyway, if you haven't already, feel free to subscribe and hit that notification bell. That way when I'm live streaming, which, as I say all the time, right now all my games are live streamed. So if you have the notification button clicked, you'll know right away when I go online. That way you guys can join me, and you can either just sit back and watch videos, or you can chat along in the live chat and, you know, talk to me or talk to the other people that are also watching. Whatever you're into is all good. And yeah, so like I said, either tonight or sometime tomorrow, we will be back and we'll carry on with Divinity Original Sin. So until then, guys, peace.